What's one of these things cost? Part 3 of our kitchen series is a big one. We're installing beautiful quartz counters with the help of Spectrum Quartz and our local installer. This video starts at the warehouse and ends with finished counters, but the amount of mental and mechanical acrobatics in between meant this was not a walk in the park kind of project.
I'm on.
You grab over there, huh?
Yeah, we could use one.
Where to go?
It's about 6:20 in the morning right now, and we are headed to New Jersey to start our countertop process. We're headed out to Spectrum Quartz to check out some of the slabs and meet with the team there and check out their warehouse.
And we're gonna fly the drone inside the warehouse just for the heck of it.
We met the Spectrum Quartz team when we were in Las Vegas for the IBS show. They had a bunch of different quartz slabs on display, and there were a few that we really liked. So we are actually going to be working with them on this project, which is really exciting. It's been a while since we've been to New Jersey. Fun fact, I actually used to live there, so Alex would come and visit me when I lived there. And yeah, so it's going to be kind of fun to be there because it's been a couple of years.
I can't wait to see all the traffic.
We arrived!
All right, a little under 3-hour drive later, we are here in New Jersey at Spectrum Quartz, their warehouse where they store all of their slabs that come in and they distribute out through here. So there's quite a few slabs here, a couple thousand slabs. We're gonna go and see all the different colors, make sure we get one that we really like and learn some more information about them. Holly from Spectrum Quartz welcomed us back to the warehouse where thousands of slabs are stored with truckloads coming and going every day. She really knew her quartz and gave us all the details behind every pattern.
So this is pristine. It's also blue-white. So blue-based whites are going to be brighter whites. A yellow-based white is going to be a creamier white. Most paper that you print on is blue-based whites. That's what gives you the bright white. Think hospitals, those are all blue-based whites.
What would you recommend for someone who has colored cabinetry? Like we have green cabinets.
Well, your cabinets are green. Do you have any other whites in the area?
So we're doing a sage green base cabinet with white upper cabinets.
Are they a brighter white or a softer white?
They are bright white. Yeah,
Okay,
like
so then
they're
I
like
would
pure white.
I would recommend sticking with a bright white countertop, just because if you put a bright white next to a soft white, the soft white's going to be more enhanced. It's going to look more yellow, so it can come across as dirty.
Okay.
Some people do like that contrast because it breaks up the whites, but generally most people stick with the same tone. So if your cabinets are bright white, you're going to go with a bright white countertop.
Quartz is a man-made countertop material, and most of it in the US is imported from overseas. However, one unique thing about Spectrum is their joint venture with MSI that set up a huge US-based quartz plant just down I-95 from us in Latta, South Carolina. This is one of very few US-based quartz factories, which not only helps them maintain quality control and easily try out new designs, but also better insulates from all the cost and complications that come with importing. Not all of their stock is made in the US yet, but they clearly made this huge investment to trend in that direction. How much does this weigh?
Slabs weigh from about 800 to 900 pounds a piece, give or take.
They're all 63 by 126.
Yep, and 3 centimeters, which is the general thickness that you need for a countertop.
Right, just under 1.25 inches. Yeah, there's a clear difference between the bright and the yellow base.
I love like how you guys do the marble in the backdrop. Like you said, it gives it a lot more depth
Yep.
to the slab.
Do you remember seeing this at Vegas?
It was vertical.
Maybe it would just look different when it was.
Yeah, it was in a
vertical.
sliver.
Like, I don't remember it having the sort of like the white spots. Coming to the warehouse was a great lesson in how important it is to see the full slab. When we saw the samples at the builder show in Vegas, we selected this very pattern and color based on about an 18-inch wide strip. What we couldn't tell was that it had these pockets of pure white, which we really did not like for our large island slab. So if you're getting countertops anytime soon, make sure to see the full slab. You said this is the discontinued row?
This is the beyond discontinued row. This is the discontinued and hasn't been made in probably close to 5 years, 6 years, like archive stuff.
I love the baby blue and white. Like who originally like thought that was a good idea to put that?
It sold
in
at
the
one
mold?
point.
Wow.
I mean, we're the only center that still has it left, but it sold at one point.
I mean, there's definitely some really interesting tones. It took a while to wrap our minds around how many options there were, but eventually we settled on one called Euphoric. It had the bright white background to complement our white upper cabinets with subtle veining in gray and actually brown as well, which we thought was unique. It gave us that Carrara marble look with better durability and without the maintenance of real marble. We think that's the main selling point of quartz in general. Here's the gripper. It's pretty neat. Little quartz hand. So we had a really nice trip to New Jersey, picking out exactly what slab we wanted at Spectrum Quartz. It's gonna be Euphoric is the name of the color. So we've been in contact with our local fabricator. They placed the order. The slabs will be coming to them here shortly. Today though, the fabricator is coming out for the template process. I've never actually witnessed this before, so this should be pretty cool to see and get some footage of. They're gonna use a 3D measurement machine to get the exact layout of the countertops, and they'll use that to then CNC cut out all of the slabs. So I've been working to get at least all of the base cabinets in, no wall cabinets yet, but we just got the island in and played around with this piece of cardboard for a little while to figure out kind of how big we wanted this island, and then this angle. This is the trickiest part. We wanted to maintain a pretty good walking space through here and didn't want to kind of impede, but we also wanted an overhang that was large enough for seating here. So we're gonna try to get 2 seats here and 1 at the end of the island. We were originally thinking like a 13-inch overhang, but the fabricator said he'd like to see at least a 15, and this is quartz, so he said he can handle it without an auxiliary support. We also need to keep in mind this is gonna get built out 1 inch because of a decorative panel that's going on in the back that's about a 1/4 inch thick, and then a bunch of decorative doors that will be on that. I've also got our kitchen faucet, and this is an air switch for the garbage disposal. I've got those here. That way they'll be able to take some measurements of that and have that on file as well. And we actually have the kitchen sink here as well. It's a big Kraus black granite composite undermount sink. This piece of counter is probably gonna be the trickiest because it's between, I guess, 3 walls, if you wanna say, and it's got this L shape. So I believe there's gonna be a seam right here. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think that's the easiest way for them to do it. But they've gotta fit it in this alcove. This is the dishwasher here, so that the countertop will run over top of that. And it's gonna have this real big cutout in here for the sink. So that's gonna be an interesting one. They might need to brace across the sink area for now just to help stabilize that, because it's going to be a pretty heavy stone. The dry bar should be really easy. That's a pretty small one. It's just got this angle though. That's the only thing they need to pay attention to. And then on either side of the stove, it's also pretty simple, just a rectangular portion on each. This one's gonna have to meet up with the L shape though, so that might also be a little tricky. This island piece though, Mark from the fabrication company said it's going to be at least 500 pounds. So this is going to be the heftiest piece of them all, and we are going to be craning it through our back French door here. We really couldn't make it around the corner, and especially dragging it up the stairs, it's a heck of a lot of weight to try to carry with a few people. So they have a service truck, and they're gonna use the service truck to grab these things and hoist them through this door. They'll have a cart that they said they can kind of roll it on once they get it up here. The pantry is the other thing they're gonna be templating today. So I have these 2 cabinets in, I got those in yesterday. And this countertop is actually gonna run all the way to that wall. So this is not gonna be an easy one either. I don't have the cubbies built for this yet. I'm gonna be building these custom, but I did just go ahead and leave some lines and some markings so that they can at least have a point that they can template to. And by the time that they get here with the counter, I will actually have these built, fingers crossed. Yeah, so we kind of made a game plan to do it through this back door. It's gonna be a crane job. So what we're gonna do is back up between 2 of those holes, put the back end of the truck within 10 feet or so of the house, and then crane it right up through here onto a cart.
And we told Mark, like, we can always backfill a hole or put stone in it or whatever.
Worst case scenario.
The ground is pretty hard and pretty rocky though, so I'm not too worried about it. Like, I think the truck's gonna be just fine. It's gonna be the easiest on the back anyway.
Certainly.
The small pieces though can probably come right up through the stairs just with a couple people.
The small pieces, definitely.
I would say just, yeah, the kitchen island and the pantry, I'm sure are gonna be pretty heavy.
This run here, this will probably end up as 2 pieces anyway.
Will you brace the sink? Because it's gonna be a pretty big cutout. How does that work? Usually is it strong enough to hold?
Yeah.
Yeah, should be pretty easy.
I've not had any, it's a rare occurrence to have it break at the sink.
Gotcha.
We've also got it, we cut a channel in the bottom of it and reinforced with fiberglass rod. So
gotcha.
Even if it were to break, like in the far future, you go at that with a hammer for whatever reason, it's going to be, it's a pain to even remove it. To break that up.
I didn't know you did the fiberglass reinforcement. That's a good idea. What's one of these things cost?
More than the car I drive around in. I start with 3 points because that defines the plane, and later we'll smash the 3-dimensional image that this puts out into a 2-dimensional image that's easier for us to process.
That's incredible that it works so accurately with just the string length and the angle.
As far as precision goes, freshly calibrated, and as long as the machine doesn't move and as long as my hands are steady, it's precise to about 20 thousandths of an inch, which is...
That's pretty incredible for how far away the thing is.
Sensors in it are really good, and then math doesn't lie, so...
Yep, it's literally drawing out the surface as you go. So you said once it's all done, you take a line of best fit. So if there's even slight, inaccuracies of where you're holding the tip of the pen, it all kind of smooths out.
And we end up mostly drawing over top of this image.
Rather than templating that flimsy piece of cardboard for the island counter, I wanted to make sure it was right. So I drew up this detail in CAD to give to the countertop guys. That way they could draw it right in their CAD for the cutting. George is templating the holes because we want to make sure their truck fits between two of them. So it's a little bit of an odd template here, but getting it done. Can you do like rapid fire mode where it like traces it?
Yep. And it goes until you tell it to stop. That's the center of the door.
Literally like drawing an imaginary line.
And I'm trying to stay to the outside of where the actual hole is.
Mm-hmm. This was a giant rock, so one hole became two. Or sorry, two holes became one.
I have been there.
It's around 7 in the morning, and today is the day of countertops. Woohoo! Guys are probably on the way. They called me yesterday saying they were loading up the truck and to expect them around 8 o'clock this morning. So we have had some rain in like a big way in the last week. Probably 4 to 5 inches of rain in 5 days, roughly. It's probably been raining at least once a day for the past 7 days. And we have grass growing now, thankfully, after lots of years of dirt and just mulch. But I want to somewhat preserve the grass if I can. So I've sort of staged some pallets over here, and I'm thinking we're gonna make like a little road for the service truck to edge along the stone there with one tire, and then we'll build out a path on the other side and then wrap it around here. They gotta come out, basically put their nose to the RV, and then back up in between two of our deck footing holes, which of course George templated out during the measuring process. So I gotta scoop away one of those little piles of dirt just a little bit so they can get their tire track in there, and then we should be able to use the service crane to crane them into that door. We're gonna see how well that works. All right, the guys are here. First order of business was to install this bracket, which I never even thought about. It's a dishwasher bracket, routed out about 1/8 of an inch down to accommodate the bracket, screw heads, and then it's just got a bunch of little holes so you can screw the dishwasher up into something. If you have laminate countertops, that's not a problem, but with stone, you gotta have something the dishwasher can fasten to. So the guys called yesterday and gave me some bad news. Our sink has manufacturing defects, cracks in both corners, not one but both. So it definitely is something with the molding. Just for note here, this is a Kraus granite composite sink. Has great reviews, honestly, and I never saw anyone complain about this, but yeah, I guess we're gonna have to get that replaced. George just test fitted, and we gotta take these stiffeners out. It does not fall down in between because it's a pretty large sink for this size base cabinet. Go ahead, George.
All right.
Give her a shot. They glue it in there?
They did.
Just stuck. Turns out those things were dovetailed in. Good job, Fabuwood. So George had to cut the whole side of the dovetail off, but now it should fit.
I got eyes on. Yep.
Did you guys build that little cart yourself?
It was manufactured a very long time ago, and the company who made them went out of business. So we have 2 of them, and they're probably our most valuable.
I know, it's got to be a hot commodity.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I've never seen anything like it. That's engineering at its finest. I love that.
This truck bed, we actually did the math, figured out where we'd be sitting the rack, and then set the angle deliberately to make it as easy as possible to slide pieces out of the bike.
For this tailgate height.
Tailgate height, angle across where the actual bed height is, and then to the end of the rack.
Wow. Cool.
That all be in a line as easily.
That's super cool.
I'll lift it up onto that back bridge, and over to you.
Sure.
You tight?
Yep.
Sweet. Cool.
You make it look like it weighs nothing, but then you know it weighs a lot.
That piece is only a little over 200 pounds. It's not that heavy.
No sealing or anything in that joint. 16th to an 1/8 inch, maybe.
And you didn't sell it.
It's a little dry bar coming up.
Get it up on that ridge. Nice.
Watch it over here.
Yeah. You watch the seam there too.
We got plenty of room.
We got like a quarter inch.
How you like the fit? Looks good, man. Cool. So you guys do some epoxy or something in that joint?
Yes, we did.
Okay, it's got a little groove in there.
Yeah.
So that just allows the epoxy to get something to bite into.
Exactly. Give it
Gotcha.
strength
That's
in
neat.
the sheer direction. The regular install crew is a 3-man crew. We might throw somebody from the office on, make either a single 4-man crew or 2 2-mans, or we might supplement and have a 3-man and a 2-man. Really just depends on how much work we've got in a given day.
Yeah. Is this your only install for today, or you guys have another one?
This is it for us.
Oh, nice.
You know, if we encourage the gentleman else. Appreciate it.
Keep going. With the small slabs in place, it was time to get the truck around back for the big slabs to get craned up. Like I mentioned, it rained for like 10 days straight prior to this, so preventing this 18,000 pound truck from sinking like a rock was probably more work than anything in the whole day. About 10 days later was our post-wedding brunch, which we would be hosting in the side yard right here, so muddy ruts were not an option. Yeah, I would say, honestly, let's try to keep these tires on the stone too. So let's pull them over a little bit. It only took a couple of crushed pallets to see there was no way they could hold up the weight of this truck, so luckily I had cut down some scrap plywood as a backup. Yeah, we want to come on the stone a little bit, so yeah, perfect.
Yeah, that looks good.
First we did a dry run to check that the crane could even reach far enough to get the slab through the door opening without hitting the door frame or the soffit and gutter overhead.
Hey, what do you say? This whole town could be red by the end of the day. If you feel alright, we can throw it and drive. With the radio so
pivot on the wedge.
Alright, that should be alright.
Redisconnect.
Yeah. Yep.
Look at that. See, it worked.
Look at that, Tim.
Good.
3, 2, 1.
You're good. Right now. We'll have to slide.
We're good, man. We're good. Look at that.
And through all this, we were able to keep the nest of our robin friend intact.
You want to hop in on the middle?
3, 2, 1.
Contact.
3.
So you should be about 3/4 from the finish panel on that end.
Alright. So the overhang's on that side then.
Okay, all this way.
Alright, ready?
3.
I would never get a tattoo ever.
I would do that.
Yeah.
More money in your pockets from all the tickets.
We can swing more of this.
Alright, now wait, because the bike, yeah.
You can go ahead and.
Coming down.
Alright, we're on the bike, we're good.
Push down.
Robin. That's good. Everything works out. Hold up.
Drive from this side.
The slab in the pantry is going between a cabinet and a wall with very little clearance in between, so the guys put up slip sheets to protect the paint on both sides.
On your go. Keep her vertical until we're through the door.
I'm gonna squeeze them after you, George.
Yep.
Not yet. Okay.
All right, bring her flat. Support that middle, Austin.
Yep. Alright, we're just about as high as we can
I'm
go.
on.
I got it.
All good?
Get off the back wall.
You grab over there, huh?
Yeah, we could use
Where
one.
to go? Where to go?
Here.
Oh, we didn't even need it.
What's that tool?
So it's got 2 suction cups, 1 for each half of the seam, and a screw between them.
Oh,
So-
cool.
I can push that seam apart, get my glue down in it, and then draw it tight again. It's also got little adjustment cams on it, so if I'm slightly out of alignment, I can push one section down, pull another section up, get just a little bit of adjustment out of it.
Oh, I see how it feels. Yeah, it feels lifted on the left side. Is that what you're saying?
Drive it.
Oh, now it feels low on the left side.
Yep, I can drive it up and down until it feels smooth.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's really cool. So it has like a spiral in there. What's that? To slow it down?
We've got 2 different bottles here. This is a 2-part epoxy.
Okay.
So that's just a mixing tip.
Oh, it mixes it.
So before I put the tip on, the hardener comes out of the middle, and
Yeah.
the actual adhesive comes out the sides.
Oh, cool.
And it's mixed up in the tip. And with a seam like this, getting the glue color exactly right is the big thing for making it disappear. So I can draw that tight, and you saw how it looked when it was tight together.
Yeah.
If I get my glue color wrong, it's going to make a white or a hazy gray line there.
Is that something that you tested before you got here?
The company that makes this glue actually takes samples of stone and creates blends or recommends existing colors. Easy.
You can use any brand, but this is just the stuff we use.
The quartz is a little bit translucent, so if there's any dirt near the surface in between the seam, you'll be able to see through the stone and into that dirt. So it'll actually give it a gray hazy line. So I use a little bit of soft scrub with bleach. The bleach helps get out any of the color of the material I can't remove. And as long as the glue color is good and the seam is clean, it should disappear.
So you're just kind of gradually tightening them together?
The piece to the left, if you feel underneath here, is ever so slightly thinner than the piece to the right.
Oh yeah.
So I've got this one lifted up mostly with shims, but it's not perfectly lined up. And then these, because of the way they're manufactured, do have a little bit of tension there. So when they're cut, they do twist just like wood, just a little bit.
Gotcha. So this is the final polish step?
Just on the edge here.
George must have done an excellent job on the seam because it is practically invisible now unless you are really looking. The guys packed up and then we mounted the truck back out the same way around the house successfully. We absolutely love how these countertops turned out with the subtle gray and brown veining against the bright white. The best is yet to come on our kitchen build series, so if you're new here, subscribe so you don't miss it.